Hi and welcome to this a little bit more experimental video. Today I wanted to try something I normally not do, even if it has to do with some of the things I have done already. But I wanted to try something, and maybe it works out, and at the end of this video it was a success, or at the end of this video everyone will say, yeah, that wasn't a really good idea, and better not to continue this idea. So, what do I want to do? Before I start with that, there is something I should mention beforehand, just to understand where I want to go in so many ways. I'm someone who loves to tinker with a lot of stuff, mostly electronics. But I'm not a professional, so I have an understanding how to put together devices. I have a basic understanding of technical components. So let's say it this way: putting a very basic power unit together is something I have learned in school. So it's something I love doing, but I haven't done it for quite some time. So yeah, what I really love at the moment, or since a while, is that there are so many assembly kits out there, or experimental kits for different kind of levels. So there are some for kids, some are for beginners, and even for professionals. You can buy a lot of stuff out there and put things together, beginning from very simple electronic devices to very complicated tuners and everything like that. And yeah, so I really love this one, but even if I have learned it over I think it's now, it's 14 years ago, I mostly haven't worked in this business. I was working more in, let's do it. I have worked most of my life fixing computers. So yeah, a little bit different than well, what I did during school. So yeah, where I wanted to go with this one. Just a few days ago, I went through a shop where I normally get my my building sets. The building sets you can find on the Let's Build page, and they sold some interesting looking sets, so experimenting sets for beginners and even young kids. And one got my attention. This was this one. I have to say that the whole box and everything I will show you today is in German, so yeah, I think some of you might have problems reading it, but I tried to translate everything, you will see. So yeah, this was this little box. A grappling robot, kind of interesting from the whole get-go, and it got my interest for different reasons. Because first, it looks like it has a few parts, and for someone young who just wants to understand a little bit more of electronics, this actually looks very nice. But yeah, you can't judge something like this from the cover. And I thought, you know what? Let's make a blind test. Let's buy it. Like I said, it was cheap. It cost I think I bought it for 5 or 6 euro. I have to check it out, but in this case, and for that price, I think if you can have some fun building something like this and learning a little bit more about this, or the basics, then yeah, it's something worthwhile for this. So yeah, I thought let's make a blind build, or a blind test in this case. Meaning I haven't opened this one. You can see it's still sealed. And yeah, let's get through this one and check out, is everything very easy, because they say this is for someone for ages 8 and up. Yeah, let's see if this is if you can build something out of it, if this is something even someone with a little bit more knowledge will throw in the next corner. So let's just start before I'm not very good in introduction. So yeah, as I said, I haven't opened this one, so let's get started. Oh, before I forget, the only thing that I needed extra for this one is 2 AA batteries, and before we get them, I have them lying here. So yeah, and also I don't get paid, and I don't do anything advertising here. So yeah, just to know, these sets, if I continue this one, most of these sets will be some that were sold cheap or on sale. So yeah. Well, let's get a look in the box. So we have the introduction and the instructions. Let's begin with them before we get to the box. So let's see here. Again, I'm really sorry if you can't read German. But again, I think the real beauty about this construction kit is that on first sight it really looks like it's it's very easy to put together. Again, I don't know how this with the translucent parts will work in the end, but let's see. But yeah, at the first moment, it's looking very very interesting and easy to fix. So it's not much you can do here. Yeah, it's a little bit more information at the end. Yeah, let's try to build this thing. So I will put this here for a moment. Let's check out what we have in here. So we have the base with the battery with the batteries and the back wheels. We have the motor and 3 balls. Let's try to open this one up. Wrong knife. Also, don't handle the knife like I do. If I cut myself, it's my own stupidity. So we have the motor. Yeah. And to be honest, I'm not quite sure about the cables. They look a little bit flimsy. Now, don't get me wrong. The cables are okay, but yeah, okay. They're soldered on the parts. That's a good thing, because these you can put these things together, or this whole set is just to you can put it together without soldering on it, and this is where it gets interesting, because normally if I have these kind of cables, I would solder everything together, but yeah. So we have. Okay, here's the first part. I think, but went a little bit cheap with that, but they're just styrofoam balls, very lightweight and cheap. So what we have here, some other parts. I'm honest. I'm happy that you can see everything on the camera, because this was my worst fear, that the parts weren't really good with the lighting. But yeah, here was a transmission, something like that. Some other parts, looks like the grappling selves. Some other wheel parts. So yeah, a few parts here and there. Now we also need a screwdriver. I checked something. For 1 screw, better than nothing. Let's get. Yeah, it's my network kit. The only one I have, a small screwdriver at the moment. So, where do we begin? Okay, first up is this part here, and we need this part here. They say to put it up here and put the screw in there. So let's do that. Oh, by the way, I won't. If you think I will, I will make a time lapse now, like my other videos. Nope. If we go through this, we go through this the way it's intended. I will give a little bit of my insight, or what I think when I see this. To be honest, okay, you can't really expect much for this kind of money, but I don't know if you can see that. It's really flimsy, and I have screwed it really hard on it, so it works. But there's too much, in my eyes, too much way in there. Yeah, I'm not quite satisfied with that, but let's see how this goes. So the next part is we get the motor running on here. So this one goes here, and this one goes over here. So it specific states that the cables should go out this way. Yeah, again, you know, you screw that part in, but this part is just sitting up there. Yeah, it's okay. I stop with that. Again, nice idea. So now we need these things. Now let's check this out. Now we need this thing and this one. This one goes on. How does this go on? At least it says use your parents or get your parents' help to put this one in there. Okay, it's a little bit harder. Now, the interesting part, this didn't feel like it will snap apart like this one. So yeah, maybe it's a little bit different. So then gets this base. We have to put these one up here. Again, yeah, I stop with that now because I think I would talk the whole time about these things. They really feel. I don't know what they do here, but yeah, let's keep it that way for a moment. So we have to put the rubber bands over there. Sorry, I went out of camera for the moment. So let's put this one over here. So we have it. Now, where are we going? So this one, we turn over. We put these ones on here. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Again, get your parents. So now what we have here, then we need this one. Okay, that's something okay, these parts go in here and this one has to go up there. Let's put the balls aside. So this is how the grabbing system works. Okay, let's see, they say so. Now we need the motor. What the? Okay, this goes, no, this way. What? Okay, we have to clip this one in there. So yeah, the whole system is mostly just clips. This was the only screw you put in there, so it's very strange. This would just get clipped in here. Yep. Okay, yeah, now we have the motor running. So I think this one will later go somewhere else. Let's check that out. Okay, now it's interesting because this is interesting because they only say it at the side, at the end, after putting this one in, that to put these two together. So not very clever, but I think it's very logical if you have a little bit experience with these kind of things. The thing is, I quite don't understand. Now this is something interesting because then in the next part we put together the cables, and we will have the on-off button here and the contacts over here. We have the batteries. We have to lay the batteries over here between all the cables, between this whole system. To be honest, not quite perfectly designed. I'm honest with you in this case, but let's see how this will work. So let's check this out. So this means this goes this way. This is off. Okay, this makes sense. Let's put it in there. So now we need these things, these springs. The springs go over here. Okay. Okay, do they go this way? Yeah, this way. No. How do they go this? Okay, this doesn't make sense. Ah, okay, now I have it. You need a little bit more, to be honest, a little bit more energy than I thought. And have to put them the right way through. Okay, that worked. This one also. Okay, we have it, the contacts. Now let's see, how do they do that? What do they want from us in this case? So we have to put the red one goes to C. Okay, let's don't make a mistake here. Black one goes to B. I'm not sure. Yeah, it's good that we only have a double A 1.15 volt battery in this case, because everything else would be a very great disaster. So let's take a look at this one. Now we need these two cables from the battery port. Let's get them under here. I'm sorry if I don't talk about them much at the moment. Ah, there's a hole we can put these through. That's good. So, okay, we need black. Let's go with black with a minus pole at the moment. This goes to C. I mean, the idea with a spring isn't bad, to be honest, but it's very, very complicated, and if you don't watch out, it's a little bit strange. Yeah, so okay, we have this one in there, or at least try it. No, you know what, let's put them on the same. I'm not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of this one, but go in there! Go in there! I know you want to. Nothing works. Nothing works! They don't hold! Okay, let's put them together. Nothing. I hate more than doing that. But if there's no other way, then let's try it the old. So, okay, let's have this one. Now the red one goes to, let's check that out. The red one goes to A. So let's check that out. You don't have to look at the picture. That's a good thing. They write it down where which cable goes. But I'm honest. I think if you have marked them, it would be a little bit easier for someone who has no clue about all of this. So let's see. This one goes to B. And that makes especially no sense, but okay, let's wait and see what happens. Okay, again, let's don't make a shortcut here. I don't like the idea. And the last cable has to go to A. If this works, okay, and we have no shortcut. So now we have to put in the batteries. Hello, batteries. And let's see what will happen here. So we have minus. Are you sure? Yeah, that's right. This one and this one. Okay. Apparently this was everything. Now let's make a little quick some warnings about the batteries. Okay. Yeah, apparently this was it. Now let's see what happens. Oh, it really works. Okay, it works. It works. Let's see if we can have this thing here and how this goes. The balls stay. Yeah, it works. Not anymore. Oh, the battery went. The battery jumped out. I can't believe that. I'm not kidding. The battery jumped out. Really? So, yeah, kind of a little interesting gadget, to be honest. It works the way it should. It's nicely molded, to be honest. There are no parts that stick out. You can see that it's translucent. You can see everything working, especially the gears inside. What I don't like, because okay, now you can say that it's a toy and everything, but I think even if you build something like this, maybe the way you put together the cables. I try to, if you can see, that's very hard on my camera. Shit. That's the problem if you don't use autofocus. Now, you have these three springs very, very near together, and I just take apart one of the cables. I would say if you build something like that, cut the cables a little bit shorter, because there's a big chance you make a shortcut, because let's put it just above two of these springs. I think you can see it very good in this case. There is a good chance to make a shortcut just if you stuff them too deep in there. So this is the first thing I don't quite like. The idea with the springs is a good one, but you know, if you have a kid is just beginning with these kind of builds, knowing what could happen if you have cables exposed and metal parts can be you can touch, is something I personally don't prefer, and especially in these kinds of things. Again, this is just a toy, or a toy so you can learn a little bit about the techniques and how it works. And yeah, but I would say even in these cases, you put a lot of warnings into the manual and instruction how to build it. You know, then maybe put also a warning that you try to not touch these cables, not make them exposed in many ways, because that could lead to disaster if you only build these kind of stuff and maybe at some point go to something much bigger, and maybe with not only two AA batteries or 1.5 volt batteries. At some point that can hurt, and hurt like hell. So yeah, and it's a neat little toy. I'm giving you that, but it has some problems. Maybe I'm a little bit harsh on it, to be honest, because I'm coming from this. I have learned about electronics a little bit more in this case, but again, we're working with electronics. We're working with yeah. Okay, we're working with low current in this case, but it's a toy to learn how these things function. Yeah, I will go a little bit more. If you a little bit more caution would be great in this case. But again, if you're a parent and want to show your kid a little bit more about this kind of stuff, I would say for that price, I think the normal price was something between 10 and 15 euro. It's not a bad thing. I will give it that. And the only thing I find a little bit sad, because when I first saw it, I actually thought you could build maybe one or two models out of it. It's really just this thing. And I know I have another one of these sets. I bought it at the same time, but I can't show you that because there's a lot of parts I need, and from the way my camera is faced, I can't do it. It's a small lava lamp, and there you can do a lot of more experiments with it. So yeah, and it's again, it's a nice little gadget, but yeah, you build it together. Your kid might have fun for 5 minutes, and then I don't know, maybe it will land somewhere else or in the garbage at some point. So yeah, again, it's a nice thing in the end. So yeah, sorry, I thought really I wanted to show you more, but in this case, sadly, I can't. And yeah, if you like this kind of video and want to see it more in the future, let me know. I have a lot of these sets lying around, and I have a lot of sets I know I can get at for a cheap price. And if you're interested for me again talking about these, putting them together, let me know and I will do them again. So thanks for following me and watching this little video, and yeah, see you soon in this kind of series or in one of my other series. Thanks and goodbye.